Hello, my friends. Welcome back to the ThePCelitist. My name is Woodsie. I'm very excited today because I'm posting a video after a very long hiatus. Actually, I looked up the last video we did, and it was a farewell for now video with Shepard and I. And basically, we said that we had a lot of things going on in our lives, and we wouldn't be able to do the show for a while until the dust of these things kind of settle. I'm excited about today because I've decided that it is the right time in my life to start doing a show again. Now, unfortunately, I will be doing the show alone for the most part, and the reason being is that my co-host, Shepard, as we all called him, or Sheppy, as I like to have called him, his job just takes too much time away from him, and it just isn't really a priority to do the show at this time in his life. Now, that doesn't mean he won't show up here and there in the show, but this was a mutual decision we came to because I wanted to redo the show, and I missed recording things and posting things online and meeting new people and gaming and talking about our mutual love for PC gaming. And I wanted to basically really dedicate time to it, a scheduled amount of time, to do this on a regular basis. And it was just an honest discussion between him and I of, do you or do I have time for it? And actually, for a long time, during this basically year-long hiatus from doing the show, I didn't know if I would have time. So there's no, like, I don't want anyone to think for a second that there's any like ill feelings between Shepard and I in doing the show. We're still great friends, and we play video games together all the time. We just played last night. We'll probably play tonight. But he has a very demanding job, and the idea of doing a show and expanding on it and trying and really putting a lot of mental effort into what the show is just not in his purview right now. And we wish him the best in all of his endeavors. But this is an opportunity to kind of rebuild the show into something different. And I'm really excited for the opportunity to do something a little bit different with the show. It has always been about gaming and the hobby of gaming, and really kind of thinking deeper into video games than just kind of surface level stuff. To be honest, this is after a lot of soul searching, and the people who know me and are like kind of closer to me, who have met through the show, will know that I have said for probably a month now, I'm going to do the show. I'm going to start up the show again. But it really had to evolve in my mind into something that I could do on a regular basis and something I'm passionate about. Because ultimately, if I'm not passionate about what I'm talking about, what I want to say, and how I want to say it, like from what perspective I want to come from, then it's not going to be an entertaining show. So, that being said, this is kind of the conclusions I've come to. I'm not the type of person who has the opportunity to record all the time and is just kind of a lifestyle playing video games. I'm an older guy. I'm 32 years old. I have a job, a day job, Monday through Friday. A new job, actually. That's one of the exciting things that happened to me throughout the year. I got married. I got a new job after being at another job for 8 years. I quit that job and found a great new job that I absolutely love. But it takes me away from video games. So this is kind of the perspective is from somebody who has to deal with real life stuff all the time and doesn't get enough video games in their lives. But throughout the day, I can tell you, whenever things calm down in my job, there's a real pecking order in my mind that if I had to categorize it, the things I think about when things are idle is probably starts with philosophy, then politics, then video games. Like, that's the order. So it comes up a lot in my mind, and I want a forum to kind of talk about those things I think about. And I work with a bunch of people who are totally into video games. We don't all have quite the same perspective, but I have to give my supervisor credit because she is a PC elitist, and we didn't know that until we started working together. So it's kind of a fun relationship. But we kind of like make fun of the console people in the office who say they're, we're into gaming just as much as you are, but we're like, no, you don't understand. PC gaming is the pinnacle of gaming, and you're really just driving a Camry while we're driving Ferraris kind of situation. So this is going to be probably something I record after work, after a full day of thinking about things, about video games and subjects that interest me, and kind of when I have free moments at work, I kind of go to different my normal stops online to look at video game news and stuff like that. And then I have, obviously like thoughts about different stories and things that are happening in video games, and a ton of stuff happened in video games while we were gone, while we were on hiatus with the show. So really this is going to be, I think, appeal to those who have a lot to do in their lives. And one of the things we like to do when we have a second to do it is to think deeply into one of our hobbies and think about video games and talk about them at a very like high level, and not be fanboys, not be get into the weeds of like childish banter, but talk about the art of video games. And I know it's kind of strange considering that this is like called the ThePCelitist, so it kind of comes off as, hey, we're better than other gaming platforms. That's not really what I want to convey ultimately, but I think there is a reality to PC gaming, that PC gaming is on the avant-garde of gaming art, and that trickles down to all the other platforms. And the other platforms kind of can take those ideas and those philosophies in gaming and kind of refine them and turn them into more like gemstones. But if you really want to know the nitty-gritty, how the mining of those gemstones come, where those things start, you have to be involved in PC gaming. And so ultimately I think that's why hobbyists really get into PC gaming, because it really is where the genesis of these new ideas start. That's not to say that every new idea comes from a PC gaming place, but a lot of it does. It would be like not addressing the genesis of movies and movie storylines and think that without books. Okay, I mean there's so many movies that you don't even think are based off of books, and they are. So those are one of the sources you have to go to when you really want to look into how movies have evolved. You have to look at what kind of literature was popular at the time. So it's kind of the perspective I'm coming from, and I hope that it's exciting for everybody. I'm going to be doing more monologues like this one, and this is a new thing for me, so please, anyone who happens to come back and actually listen to this video, which I will be totally surprised if people see that we posted something and like jump back, because I did have a few people along the way throughout the year say, hey, when are you going to start recording again? And it was really inspirational. I said, you know what, I really do miss it. And I would tell them, look, I really want to start doing something, but I haven't nailed down exactly how, and really that perspective that I wanted. So if anyone comes back, I do want, this is kind of like a rebuilding period. We're going to do a lot of experimentation with the channel, or I am anyway. I'm going to do a lot of experimentation with the channel. I'm going to have guest stars on. It's going to feel kind of bloggy, where it's my thoughts and ideas on video games throughout the week, but it's also going to involve a lot of people that I've met on this road, doing the channel beforehand when it was not a big deal, but we were like kind of in the thick of it and trying to promote the channel. And I have met through it so many great people. Adam Ames being chief among them, who runs True PC Gaming, which I guarantee he will be a guest on the show, probably on some kind of regular basis. We haven't figured out what, but he is a great resource for really cool stuff. He's the one who allowed me to go to GDC in San Francisco and GDC next in LA, which is, of my experiences in life, rank really, really high. So I can't really ignore what this very humble thing of just sitting down, making recordings, and sending it out to everybody, how awesome it has been. Like, what a addition to my life it has been. And I finally decided I can't ignore it anymore, because I want more of it. So I hope everyone's kind of excited that we're going to be, or at least I keep saying we. I have such a habit of saying we on this thing. It's going to be fun. I hope all of you who used to listen come back to listen some more. I hope not everyone was just there for Shepard, even though I know a ton of you were. But I think it's going to be an interesting experiment. Again, this is a rebuilding period. I even thought about changing the name for a time, and I'm not totally closed-minded to changing anything about this. But I also want to appeal to the listeners, the guys who may have been listening over the course of the time when we were posting all the time. And if there was anything you thought was wrong with it or could be improved upon, I mean, please go ahead and let me know. I'm completely open to any and all ideas. Ultimately, it has to get past what I believe is going to be fun for me to do, and you know, ultimately, I have to have fun doing this, or it won't keep happening. But I think I'm just going to keep recording and keep trying to have fun. I'm going to have fun doing this. It is fun. It's one of the funnest things I've ever done in my life, is to do this with Shepard. But I know that there's a lot of interesting ground to cover. So I hope you guys are excited. I'm excited. This is just the first of many. I'm looking at like a 3 videos a week schedule right now. So basically like Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I'm going to come home, I'm going to start recording. And the reason I've chosen that schedule is because it just seems to fit my life right now. And I might do more later. I hope I'll never do less. But let's see. Let's see how it goes. So I hope you guys all come back for my next video. But that was just an announcement of the return of this channel, and we're going to be posting a lot. And the visual, what you will see video game wise, it's always been sporadic what visually you see during our channels, but it's really going to be just a kind of a visual blog of whatever I'm into playing right now. Like right now I'm playing a lot of Heroes of the Storm, which I find really fun. Amazingly, I find it fun because I kind of discount it in MOBAs as something I'm not really interested in doing, but hell, this game is fun. What can I say? So maybe that will be a discussion we'll have. But I'm happy to be back. I'm excited for any of you that return to listen to this channel. If nobody returns, well, I'm just going to keep on doing it. So there you go. So let's try to do something. Let's have some fun. I hope to see you guys next time.